roughly 500 years, a pact between man, gnomes, and dwarves was created within a small town called Phandalin. This pact was known as the Fendelber Pact. The pact allowed all three races to share in mineral and precious metal rights of a cave known as Wave Echo Cave. The town and races nearby flourished with this agreement. The cave itself harnessed a power unlike any other, and spellcasters from various races were able to harness this power to create a great forge known as the Forge of Spells. This forge possessed the ability to craft magical items, and the town became more popular than ever. But with popularity comes trouble, and disaster struck the town of Phandalin and Wave Echo Cave. A group of furious orcs swept through the area, and evil mercenary wizards aided them in order to claim Wave Echo Cave. Much was lost, and none was gained. The area remained in ruin for centuries, uninhabited, except by those who wished to seek shelter amongst the ruins of Phandalin. History became rumor. Rumor became a legend, and a legend became a myth. Many sought to seek the lost cave known as Wave Echo Cave in hopes that the rumor was true. All have failed. But hope remains with an individual known as Gundren Rockseeker, a boisterous dwarf who believes he has found the cave. He has hired 3 unlikely adventurers to aid him in finding and reclaiming the cave in hopes of re-establishing the Fendelber Pact. Join me on the ethereal plane in the year 1491 as we follow these 3 individuals and witness, without intervening, their choices. We will be able to see if they are able to achieve what Gundren wishes, if they will fall in their endeavor, or will they have other means? Much like time, all we can do is watch. The choice remains theirs, and the future will be crafted based upon those choices. Hello everyone, and welcome back to AUTOSAVE Before Entering presents The Lost Mines of Phandelver. We are on episode 10. We made it this far. 10 full episodes.
Double digits.
Yep. Couldn't be more proud of our players. Alright, first let me introduce our players. We have Hordo, our Dwarven Barbarian.
Aye.
We have the Watcher, our Warforged Druid Cleric.
Starry-eyed surprise.
And we have Arthas, our Changeling Sorcerer.
Hello there.
Common phrase for Arthas. But last we left off on the last episode, Arthas changed into Glasstaff and attempted to persuade the bugbears that Gundren had escaped. The bugbears appeared confused to what Arthas was saying, and were not persuaded, which resulted in combat. The adventurers then cleared out the rest of the Redbrand Hideout and befriended a goblin named poor old Droop. The adventurers came back to Phandalin and informed Sildar that they had defeated Glasstaff. With the information provided, Sildar discovered Glasstaff's real identity as being Iarno Albrek, the member of the Lord's Alliance that had gone missing and the reason he came to Phandalin. The adventurers were told to lay low for a bit so that the news of their deed could travel within the town of Phandalin. We last left off at the Sleeping Giant, where Grista opened it up to our players, and that is where we are going to pick up. All right, all of you are around the table. Grista comes over. Figured you could use some drinks after what you all been through.
Oh, yes, please.
Yes, thank you. I'll just get a hold in front of him.
Ah, you're welcome. She just kind of leans in at you, Arthas, and been like, I kind of forgot. He didn't drink last time. Should I get him something else?
I've never seen him put anything into his body.
Well,
Watcher,
I mean,
do you put anything in?
I don't need anything. No.
well, I think what he's trying to go about is just food or drink is really what I think he means.
Oh no, I don't require food or liquid.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Fair enough. You just let me know if you
But he's
need anything.
Still holding the mug.
Well, you know who I think needs some food and drink? It's our buddy Droop over here. He's been having a rough few days. Droop, what do you want?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Watcher's not gonna drink, can Droop have?
Put your hand in the mug.
Droop like Watcher. And he just starts drinking.
Well, Watcher, what happens if you do put something in there?
I do not know. It's a good question for it all.
Can we find out?
Call me curious.
I gave Droop my beverage. Just
Here.
sharing with me. I guess we can experiment.
Sip this. Hordal hands him a mug. Put it in. Open your throat hole. Let the liquid pour down. I gotta see what happens.
Watcher
Hordal,
Watcher
I'm
picks it up.
shocked that you're giving up your drink.
There's plenty here.
He picks it up and he goes to take a sip, and all of a sudden you just hear bang, and he knocks the mug into his face, and because he's never done it before, and the beer just kind of sloshes everywhere down the front of him. He goes, oh. Again,
In the hole.
try again.
In the hole.
And he'll pour a little down, and I don't quite know what would happen. I think you'd hear kind of like a really odd noise of pouring liquid in a machine that doesn't need liquid. So you hear some noises, and he might move a little funny, and he goes. But I don't think anything really happens, unless DM you think something would happen in that scenario.
It would relatively be up to you and how you want your function to work, which is completely fine. You see Droop and be like, oh, does it taste good, Watcher?
Yes, it is delicious.
And nutritious.
Okay, back.
Okay, still curious. Hang on. Hordal gets up out of his seat and walks over to Watcher and just kind of shakes him side to side a little bit to see if he can hear any sloshing.
Oh yeah, you hear sloshing.
Oh, this could be fun. Arthas, we have a portable keg. We just fill him up. We'll bring it around.
Let's do
This
it.
is a great idea.
That does sound delicious.
the best idea I've ever had.
And you've had some good ones.
This is
Assume.
the find that Gundren was talking about. This has to be.
Fill them
A
up.
walking canteen.
See how much you
That's
can put in them.
huge.
Well,
See how much you can put in them.
If I consume enough ale, I should get intoxicated like you, right?
You'd have to digest it. Like your stomach does that. Do you
Portal
have a
plans to
stomach?
drink it out of you.
And
Yeah, I'm gonna
So-
drink it from you.
Do you have a
so
spout?
is it after the digestion that I would run up to my room and dive headfirst in, or I'd run upstairs and dive headfirst into my room, or is it before the digestion that I do that?
Only if you've had enough digestion.
Okay. I have I had enough yet? I don't think I have.
Definitely not.
Try more.
Droop, how much have you had?
Well, Droop in new environments like to take things a little slow.
Chug it. Chug it. Chug it.
Droop, 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 droop,
Oh,
droop, 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 droop,
Droop.
droop, droop,
Droop no
droop.
like peer pressure. Go ahead and roll either persuasion or intimidation, however you're trying to do this. With advantage, because it sounds like Arthas is helping you out.
I will roll.
It's however you're trying to personify what you're doing.
I think I'm honestly, like, I'm not trying to scare him into it.
Okay.
I think I'm honestly trying to persuade him to do
It's
it.
probably a good move for Droop.
That is... I rolled a 10 and a 3, but I have -1, so it's a 9.
Well, I rolled a 4, so.
Yes.
It's like, okay. Down the hatch. And you notice Droop like lifts this mug up and trying to perhaps impress his new friends ends up like pouring most of the like ale all over his face. But Droop is like, yeah, aha!
Now that's what I'm talking about, Droop.
Droop did it.
You drank it like a dwarf.
But
Well done.
Droop Goblin.
Aye, it was a compliment.
Droop
Like
not
this.
quite. Droop not
Or-
quite understand your humor.
Portal does the same
Dwarf-
thing Droop did. And it's all over his beard. See?
Arthur just goes, Grista, we need more. We need more.
Portal, you drank like a dwarf.
Aye, well said.
Droop.
Well said.
Yeah. Droop, curious. How long has Droop known each other?
About a week.
Yeah. Has it been about that much time? Since we left Neverwinter, about a week? Okay.
So, about a week or so.
About 10 sessions.
What are these sessions, Arthas?
Never mind.
That's meta, right? Yeah. I've heard about this universe.
Yeah, about a week. We're on an adventure together, Drew. Do you like adventures?
No.
Why not?
Well, Droop's scaredy cat.
Doesn't look like it to us. You lived through punishment by some bugbears, and you walked out alive, and they did not.
Oh, bugbears, goblins, wolves. Droop always getting picked on.
But you're still here, and they're not. You're the one having the beer right now.
With a bunch of humanoids, no less.
Well, yeah, humanoids that saved me, nonetheless. But, I mean, Droop's scared when walking around town. People don't like
Right.
Droop.
Well, they'll
Better-
like you soon, because you're going to get a job here with Krista, and you're going to serve them drinks, and they're going to love that. Right, Krista?
Yeah, well, unfortunately it may take some time, but yeah, I mean, we'll definitely have Droop come in and he can serve up some drinks and stuff, but I mean, to be fair, I gotta know, is the Sleeping Giant really gonna be another tavern, or I mean, you guys are here and you seem to be the only patrons that I got right now. I'm even questioning the Sleeping Giant's enterprise from here on out.
Krista, what do you want it to be?
Well, I will take whatever opportunity comes my way, but I mean, ever since Toblin opened up the Stonehill Inn, I mean, a lot of people tend to go over to the Stonehill Inn instead of coming over to the Sleeping Giant. But now that the Redbrands are gone and all, maybe things can turn around.
Could be a theme for you. Hideout.
Well,
Come and explore.
Maybe if you guys get a little bit lucky here too, I can be the place that houses, the men that took out the Redbrands, and that's a popularity concept right there.
Ooh.
It'd be a
Speaking
brothel.
of that,
You could rebrand the Sleeping Giant as the Town Bonfire.
Yeah.
maybe too soon, Watcher.
Watcher, I've done a little dibble dabble on trying to get people in. Most of the time, it's alcohol that really gets the job done. But I don't think the bonfire thing was such a good move, and I think people would rather put that behind them. And I think you guys should probably do that as well.
But people will know, when you say that name, people will automatically know they're talking about your tavern.
Yeah, but that that's not really a good thing for me or for you.
She's got a point, Watcher.
What I suggest. Oh, Krista's a girl too, but I can't really do girl voices, so I'm sorry.
You're doing good.
But what I suggest is, maybe the heroes that defeated the Redbrands, or the ones that took down Glasstaff, and I don't know, maybe even a heroes, I don't know, tavern, or gathering point or something. Or
how about the hero's hearth? Because then we can tie into the fire like Watcher likes it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of attached to the name Sleeping Giant because it's kind of what it started out as. What I'm saying is, we can change the enterprise a little bit.
I'm in.
I mean, you guys came here talking about doing the quests from the Townmaster Harbin's board.
You want to have the board moved in here?
Well, what if
You
it
want to give
becomes
out the quests?
what if it becomes a heroes gathering place in order to accomplish the stuff? I mean, something. I don't know.
We could make it a guild.
Or a guild. I kind of like the way you're
guild.
thinking there, Hordal. Yeah.
A guild with a tavern.
And to be honest, I mean, look around, Phandalin, right? No fortifications. Really just miners. Now, don't get me wrong, the miners, once again, it's the job occupation. Miner is what I'm talking about. And they're relatively strong, but, not a lot of them are up to defend Phandalin. So, maybe, who knows?
Ooh, speaking of that, we need a name. It's been a week. We need a group name.
Group, what do you think?
Droop recommend not going with Cragmont. Because then,
Good point.
you gotta file your teeth, and, unpleasant, Droop says. Unpleasant.
Krista,
No.
what's the first thing you think of when you see us three? And Hordal
I just
smiles
turned
real
and
big.
give a big smile.
Well, the first thing I think of when I see you three is, first of all, Dwarf, you're gonna give me plenty of money because clearly you like alcohol. Watcher, I greatly appreciate the fact that you're at least going to buy one drink, and I think that's probably to help me out and make yourself feel a little bit normal, and I appreciate that. And then, Arthas, I already overcharged you once for drinks, so I think it's kind of cool that you still paid without questioning it, and even bought the other guys. So when I look at it, I look at you guys as more of like a money investment. I'm sorry, but that's I'm just a businesswoman. That's just what I think of.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, but Droop actually mentioned you guys just met like a week ago, and I remember I was questioning you about stuff, and all you did was talking about Harbin. Like, I don't know, like what's some cool stuff from your past or something like that.
Arthas kind of sits back and is quiet a little bit.
We don't know that much about each other's pasts.
Wait,
I don't know that we can answer that.
You're telling me that you went to fight the Redbrands, right? And you guys had each other's back, but you guys don't know anything about the others?
That's what adventuring is. You give people drinks and you don't know their past.
Oh, but I know a lot there, Arthas. As soon as you give enough people enough drinks, they start talking.
Yeah. I just go for adventures.
Yeah, but
So you put an adventure in front of me, I go on it.
I'll tell you
That's why
what,
I didn't know. I just knew these two are some good folk that I went with them.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna risk my life, I'm gonna try to at least get to know the individual just a little bit. I mean, I am putting my life in their hands. I mean, otherwise, you got to be looking over your shoulder the whole time, and well, I mean, that's just not good news. I can imagine the Redbrands themselves were probably doing that nonstop.
Can I roll an insight check on Arthas's comment that he thinks we're good folks? I want to see if Hordal believes him.
You can, although you're gonna have to play the outcome, or you can formulate your own.
Nope, that's good.
Okay, so you can roll an insight, and then Arthas, you can roll either deception or persuasion, whichever one is correct.
Well, they're the same.
You got a total of 4.
Let me just roll mine for funsies. I got a total of 18.
Okay, so yeah, seems genuine.
So I believe him. Yep.
Yeah, as you look, there's no tell, no shift of his face, none of that stuff that would make you question it.
Okay, cool. This was curious.
And I'm in my Fabio form.
Yeah.
Because Krista only knows me as that.
Arthas, didn't you join up because you found a letter? Or you got a letter?
Oh,
Just
I found a letter. I found a letter. On the streets of Neverwinter. So I was, walking down the streets one day. Well, I think it was like nighttime. And I saw some people get mugged. I was at a nice vantage point and just, was watching the action. I didn't want to get involved. And they ended up getting killed. And when someone left, the person that did the killing, when he left, he burnt a piece of paper. And I went down to investigate his work after, because, sometimes you got to investigate other people's work, see how well they are killers. And when I looked at the paper, it said Gundren's name. And when I read it, I remembered that the tavern, he was looking for adventurers. And, me, I don't pass on an adventure.
Were you inspecting the burning or the body?
The body that led to the burning. I just saw a flash of light after the people were killed. I didn't know there was anything left.
Then you know a lot about killing people prior to that moment?
Oh yeah, don't you go on adventures and kill people? We've been doing it for the last week.
Only when I have to.
Yeah, me too. But you don't investigate different ways to do it when you're not doing it? Try to improve yourself, your skills?
I just fight in the tavern. That's
Same
how you
thing.
really prove yourself.
Yeah. So if you
Live action.
If you were in a tavern and you watched someone else beat someone else up, you wouldn't learn anything from that?
No, I jump in. I would be the one doing the beating.
Okay. That's a way to do it. There's all different ways. No right or wrong answer.
I'm just curious.
That's fine.
You
So
guys.
you found a note. Watcher,
Go
how
ahead.
did you come here? How did you get recruited?
My clan was sought out for this job, and it appears they prefer to send me on odd jobs that they don't consider specifically druidic, but that could be lucrative.
You guys just see Grista, though. She's looking and she's like, so a druid. Well, that explains all these plant things that now I gotta, like, freaking cut out from the floorboard. I mean, why? You couldn't have done this, like, outside. This is kind of an inconvenience, watch, or like, yeah, but nonetheless, it's gonna be picking
would you like
some
me
weeds.
would you like me to burn them for you? And he
No. Matter of fact, I think as the new sleeping giant rule that we have established amongst the group is no more fire.
What?
Fire in the fireplace, but please, no more like fires emanating within or outside. I mean, blood kind of soaks into the wood itself, and I'm pretty sure whatever you guys are doing makes things extra flammable around. So, but Watcher, if you're gonna do that, like, that plant thing, it's just like, try to do it outside at least, because this is kind of a pain.
You know what,
Watcher
Krista?
looks at her.
Go ahead, Watcher.
Watcher looks at her and, like, he all of a sudden towards the end starts, like, shifting weirdly robotically, like, kind of back and forth, like, excuse me. He holds out his hand, and all of a sudden snaps his fingers, and out comes the ale. And he's drawing all the ale out, and he looks around. He sees Hordal's cup empty. He drops the ale back in Hordal's cup and says, "Sorry, that was uncomfortable."
So you don't like it?
Well, it was delicious, but my parts were floating. Don't know how to describe it, but I felt uncoordinated.
That means it was working.
It was? Oh.
Why do you think I missed the bed?
So you drink that to feel uncoordinated?
Yeah, that's the fun of it. Also loosens your lips.
Interesting.
And Hordal too.
Interesting.
You remember too, based off of the stuff, it wasn't the Watcher that did the Ivy stuff. You know that Ivy stuff was you.
Yeah. Hordal speaks up to Grista and goes, sorry about that, the plants. Wasn't really Watcher.
Wait, no. He just said that he was the druid, and, druids do this stuff.
They do. Apparently I can do it too sometimes when I get angry. Weird things happen.
Yeah.
So you're like a druid too?
I just get mad. And then things happen when I get mad.
You won't like him when he's mad.
So far I've had the plants, hence that's why the vines are there. I've had a bolt of light shoot from my chest, which was fun. And I could basically think about this fun little creature and make it explode next to people, which is pretty cool, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that one was my favorite. That was funny.
Well, Okay, as long as we're set though, the burning of the bodies wasn't one of these weird things. That was like a full blown decision amongst you three, right?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that was a poor
me.
choice.
That
That was a
wasn't
poor
me.
choice.
I was saving you, Gritsta. I
Well-
wasn't outside when that happened,
Yeah, I know.
but I approve.
I do remember you coming in to try to like help me out and seeing the blood all over the floor, and then I do remember Hordal then walking in to grab a head. I gotta
All right.
admit that was not a pleasant sight. But that like so you know magic, and you know magic.
Oh, I know magic. I know it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I can do lots of stuff.
you can do. Well, there you go. Maybe for the next drinks, what you could do is try to get the blood out of this floor or something instead of me trying to like mop it up. You know, help me
Arthas
out.
uses prestidigitation and starts cleaning up the floor.
Well, I'll be damned. See,
Yeah, I can't do that one.
I go.
I knew one of you could at least help me. See, this
I
is
can't do anything about the plants, but you know what could happen with those plants? If only you had an employee that was a hard worker that got paid in alcohol and food and lodging, I bet he could clean that up for you and make this place really nice. Right, Droop?
Droop. Droop out.
Attaboy.
I mean, it's fair enough. I do kind of owe you, so yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind keeping Droop around, employ him, give him a place to stay. Once again, it's just a couple of cots. Even I gotta lay him out for you guys in order to sleep. Nothing too fancy.
Pretty sure he'll take that from where we found.
Droop sleep on cold floor.
Not anymore.
Droop like you guys. Huh.
Speaking of
Yeah,
beds, we should if we're gonna make a guild, we should probably have some rooms for the members.
Well, you know,
Expand.
technically, I could do that. I got a couple of storage rooms. You know, I'll be able to do some of that. Problem too is, from what I heard, we're down a woodworker. Could probably find a couple of people to help build, but the money is really what helps with the expansion. So I think we should just, with this enterprise, start a little small and then work our way big.
It's usually a good way to do it.
You're the business folk.
I'm not as good as Toblin over there. I mean, Toblin had all the money to begin with, and he's doing fantastic, but we
He's
need
a
to rattle
nervous
him
Nelly.
with something. But I don't blame him. He ended up putting all his money into this, and, well, take a look around. You can easily penetrate Phandalin, but that's something else. Arthas, thank you so much for helping me clean up the area. Saved a couple of rags.
I'll do anything you need me. You just let me know when I'm here.
Fair
if
enough.
I can do it.
Well, I'll go ahead and get the cots. Droop, would you like to help me? Droop just looks at you, Watcher.
Is your choice, Drew?
Droop. He puts the mug down and just kind of walks over. And you can see that Grista's having like a friendly conversation with him. And they go back into one of the storage areas.
Arthas looks at his mug and he's like, huh, we didn't get that other round. And then I just look back at the bar and I cast Mage Hand to go and get me a drink. So it goes over and grabs a mug, puts
Yep.
it down,
Pitcher.
pours it, and brings it back over. And as it brings it back, I go, Porto, you want one? You want one? Watcher? You're probably good, right?
Still gotta drink Watchers. Hang on.
Okay.
Send it. Yep.
So you want one?
Take
You
another.
good? Okay. So I send the hand back to grab one and bring it over.
I do not think I need any more, but thank you.
I'll
You're
drink for you.
But Arthas, I'm interested to continue our conversation about your people. I've never met or heard of anyone quite like you with your abilities.
I
seem to say that they're quite common, so I was hoping you would share a little more about your
Well,
family
they're
or your
they're
clan.
kind of everywhere. A lot of my people just live in the shadows because they're afraid to get the reaction that you guys gave, or more Hordal, getting spooked when someone changes from one to another. Do you, in your druid clan, do people get spooked when they change into an animal form?
No, but that's because everybody can do it.
Everyone in my clan can do it, but yet we still get judged and get spook people out. So that's why they live in the shadows.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When you just spontaneously change into someone else, you have to admit it's a little weird for someone who's never seen it before.
I agree, but like I said, is it as weird when a druid does it to an animal?
I mean, I know druids. They change into an animal, but they're not pretending they're an animal. They're pretending that, I mean, they're not pretending they're someone else. They're just using the animal form to their benefit.
Isn't that what I'm doing as well?
I mean, aren't you pretended to be Glasstaff?
And I used it to our benefit.
It helped us for sure.
Yeah.
But how many other people's lives have you fraudulently pretended you were them?
Oh, over the years, lots. But also, I've taken forms and not fraudulently been someone. I've been my own person. Like this form I am right now. I met this guy, I don't know, 10 years ago. He was at one of our shows, and I just saw him, and I'm like, I'm going to remember that look, because he looked very nice. So I have to be able to, I have to see someone to be able to grasp their look so I can go into it. Like, I can't just turn into something that I've never seen before, but in my life experiences, I've experienced lots of different things, lots of different people. So that has helped me with memory of different forms that I can take.
It does sound very similar to our wild shape ability, because we have to see the creatures we are turning into. It is a little different, because while we are mirroring those creatures, they do not have complex motions, behaviors, or actions the same way, so that ethical concern has never been raised. But at the same time, we try not to disrupt the creatures that we take the shape of.
Well, I don't disrupt people.
So I guess my question,
purpose.
Arthas, is do you disrupt the people whose shape you take? Do you disrupt their lives?
Only if need be. Like Glasstaff, I did in this case because he was part of our mission. I wouldn't just walk down the street and walk into Toblin's establishment being Grista and start an argument just for fun.
But you could.
But I could. Just like you could walk in there and start swinging your axe.
But I look like me.
Whether I look like me, like Grista, like you, I mean, a ruckus is a ruckus.
Fair. Have you ever just, I don't know, like that guy from the show? You had this body. You ever bump into him?
Some people I have, but I'll just.
How do they take it?
Oh, I'll bump into him, like actually see him face to face.
Like, yeah, you and that guy.
Oh, they'll get freaked out, but I only do that if need be. Like if I'm, like I said, if I'm on an adventure or mission and it calls for it, I won't do it on purpose. If I was walking down the street and saw someone that I was taking their shape or their form, I would change to something else and not run into them. I'll do my best, at least. I try not to take forms of people in towns. Like if I'm in this town, I would take a form of someone from another town that I remember.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The way he describes it sounds very similar to my abilities, so I don't know that I would I don't know that I'm as concerned
I mean, it's just the
now
nature
as
of my
I was
people.
before.
It's the nature of, I mean, just like Hordle, Watcher doesn't eat or drink. We're not getting on top of him for that. That's the nature of his people. This is the nature of my people.
Still kind of used to seeing robots, like metal people walking around. Magic and stuff is weird.
Yeah. It's just his is magic and mine is just in my blood.
Watcher, can you change like the other druids I've met? I haven't seen you do it, and you're kind of metallic.
I've been taught the ritual. However, I've never attempted it because our clan elders weren't sure what would happen if I did.
Didn't you change into like a big cup though before? A chalice when we were in the place?
Yes. It seems I have a patron who has given me the ability to take on some forms of the constellations at night that give me some power.
You mean those things in the sky?
Yes, the stars and the shapes in the stars.
There's shapes up there? I thought they were just twinkly lights.
There's plenty, many shapes, all shapes, animals, creatures, humanoids.
Dwarves.
There are a great many.
Learn something new every day.
You know,
That
it's interesting, Watcher, that you're all about the stars. That's where I come from.
Outer space? Up there?
No, not actually from up there. You see, Hordal is getting real somber. It was my clan. Twilight Tour. My family, my friends, everybody.
Real fast.
You know why?
was your clan?
Watcher and Arthas, just roll a history check.
Ooh. 18.
Ooh. Let me check my bonus real quick. Dirty 20.
Okay,
Wow.
both of you have heard of this place just to the east of Winterfell, right? And it used to be a dwarven town, but at one point, all the dwarves vanished. A lot of people thought it was just because all the minerals were gone and the dwarves left. A lot of people think that. And that became the running theory, is the dwarves just up and left. Okay.
It was Twilight Tour.
Mm-hmm.
Watcher would remember what Hordal just said. He'd say, that was your clan in the past tense, meaning they're not around anymore?
No. The
Arthas
only one
played-
left.
Arthas plays it off like he doesn't know. Like, I'm just like, oh, that's really sad. Tell us some more about that, Hordal. That's really sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Is that why you were kind of upset when we were over telling the woodworker's wife that her husband died? I could tell that your mood kind of changed a little bit, having to tell someone that someone had died.
No one ever got to tell me. Just came out from where I was, and
You weren't there?
everything, I was there. And everything was gone. Everyone gone. In the blink of an eye, it seemed.
Wow. It's a little crazy magic or something.
Yeah, Krista thinks I know magic. I have no idea what's going on. I just feel it once in a while, and then things happen. Usually only when I'm mad.
Control it?
No, not at all. At least, what starts happening. Once it happens, like, you guys saw the beam of light. I can control that. Where the creature comes to blow up next to people, I can control where that is. but I don't control what happens when, which one I get.
So it's not something you can study and focus.
Definitely not.
What I can do, and I know exactly what I want, and I just go pew pew.
Yeah, which is good. I love those sound effects, by the way, even though they typically steal my kills.
You got to keep it light. That's what adventuring's all about. Well, unlike your backpack.
It's quite heavy, but it works. But yeah, I came out and I remember school and we went through all
How
these
old were you?
trainings. When it
Was it
happened?
recent? Yeah, was it recent?
Oh, man. I was 111.
How old are you now?
Now? Oh, God, it's been quite a few years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he continues counting. Oh, yeah, 125. 14 years ago, this happened.
You're an old guy, huh?
Why, do I look old?
No, you just said 100 and something.
Yeah, 125.
Yeah.
I'm still young for a dwarf.
For me, it's not. That's pretty old.
How old are you, Arthas?
Me? I'm a nice young 29. Still in my prime. I haven't even reached my peak yet. How about you, Watcher? When were you built?
Do not know. They don't tell us those things.
It's not like
When we're
marked on you
created.
somewhere, like under your foot or something?
No. And time is different, I believe, for us. I kind of never tracked it. So the druids are teaching me the concepts because it's important for
Don't
for
those
the
stars
magic
tell
and
you
their
time?
beliefs. Yes, the druids were teaching me that I can measure the time that passes through the changing of the stars. But before I spent time with the clan, my brethren were never concerned with time.
Oh, speaking of time, and Cordell kept counting after he said 125. He was like, nope, 150. That was way off.
Still old. Older.
Yeah,
You just gained about 25 years in a matter of 5 seconds.
well, you do have to count sometimes.
That's true. What about...
So, Cordell, do you have plans to look for your clan?
I've tried. Nothing. Just little things here and there. But nothing really. No tips, no leads. Just roving. Wandering. Hence the name The Wanderer.
I've been wandering too for a while.
Arthas the Wanderer.
No, just Arthas, or Fred, or Steve. Depends on the day. Different names, different places.
Glasstaff. Iarno.
Glasstaff.
Arthas, if there are so many of your kin, why aren't you with them? Why are you out here with us?
Well, there's not many of us. I don't know tons of them. I grew up and was poor. Lived on the streets with my parents. They were really the only ones I ever really met of my lived with. We were in the city, performing on the street, just trying to get by, pretending to be other people, putting on little shows. You know, got the little bowl out in front of us, doing like little tricks and stuff, and it was a pretty shitty life. And then one day, some guy comes and goes, "Hey, you guys want to join the circus?" So we were like, "Got nothing else to do? Sure, why not?" So we went and joined the circus. And when we were there, we found a bunch of other people that were really full of weirdos and crazy people. So guess what? We could be ourselves. We didn't have to be other people. So it was fun. But that was a shady circus. Let me tell you, I learned a lot there. A lot of my skills.
Is it a common experience for humanoids as children to be approached by strangers and asked to go with them to join the circus?
That happened to me. I don't really go around asking other people, but there were other humanoids in the place. And you know what? It was so much fun. There were times we were in cities. We put on these great shows. People came up after and said, "We want to join your circus." Sometimes they did. Sometimes they didn't. Sometimes we stole from them.
You stole from them as part of the circus?
Yeah. How do you think we keep the circus going? Tickets?
Don't people pay to watch?
Yeah, but that's just like to get by. I mean, we wanted to like live in, we were like a luxury circus. We wanted to live nice. So, you know, people like walked in, we pickpocketed over here, they walked out, we pickpocketed over here. You know, on top of the other stuff we were hired to do in towns.
I've never heard of a luxury circus.
Oh.
To be honest.
The circus was normal. We just lived in luxury outside.
Oh, that makes more sense now.
Because of the, you know, the extra, you know, money that we would get and crimes we would commit.
I was going to say, what other jobs did you have? You said you had other jobs too. Sorry if we're just drilling you.
I don't care. It's fun. I haven't talked about this in years. Yeah, we just did lots of little things. We'd go to towns, and the headmaster, the ringmaster, he knew lots of different people. So we would go and we'd have help people steal stuff. We'd steal stuff from people. People would hire us in one town to go to another town and maybe assassinate someone. Sometimes it'd be like a political, thing going on. Politics. Remember Glasstaff? He was talking about politics. A lot of that shit goes over my head. I don't pay attention, but sometimes it's like, someone wants to go run a town and be like, I'm the mayor, I'm the person in charge, blah, blah, blah. And other people are like, no, we don't want that. So we get hired to go and either take him out or, make sure he drops out of the running and someone else gets elected, pass rumors around town. I could just go and sweet talk some people. Vote for this guy, not that guy.
So, a circus guild of thieves and assassins.
And freaks. And sideshow people.
A circus.
Yeah. It's fun.
Which part?
All of it.
You like the assassinating people part?
Well, if I was getting paid. Well, it wasn't just me, myself. We'd go as a team. You never got paid to kill someone?
No.
In the wrong line of business. Pays good.
Not like a targeted assassination. It was like protect the roads. Go find this object. Look in the woods for this plant for me. Those were the things I wandered to do.
We would do stuff like that. Like people would say, this person's overtaken this city and they're not treating us well. So can you kind of to make us, run better?
So it was always for the
life?
better. It was for the better good, not just for the gain of your ringmaster.
I mean, I don't know all the deals that go on behind the curtain.
But it was all just fun. Did you ever question?
Times I'd question, but that was my home. Those were my people. The other option was living on the street. I mean, they're the people that made me who I am today. How could I say no?
Not sure how I feel about that. to be frank.
You want me to be frank?
No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
I know a Frank.
You see the door open and you see Sildar. Sildar looks a little tired and he's like, okay. Well, just to give you guys an update, we started to spread the word around about the demise of Glasstaff. I've also sent a couple of miners over to Trace Ender Manor, at least to guard that entrance that you told us about. I also sent a message to the Lord's Alliance in hopes that they'll bring a magic user over here, and it seems like some people are actually leaving town. People whom I assume are probably affiliated with the Redbrands in some way. I noticed that Myrna was taken off as well. But there are people in town that are talking greatly about you three. So perhaps word will spread around a lot. Although these townspeople, perhaps tomorrow, they want some hard evidence, and I do have the cloak, but I think more importantly that perhaps tomorrow morning I can at least borrow the Glasstaff to show the people as a symbol that he's gone.
You mean my Glasstaff?
Yeah, but only for a little bit. I do not mean to take what it was rightfully
Anything for
deserved.
you, Sildar. Anything for you. Here you go.
I just
I hand it over.
I'll take it tomorrow.
Okay.
But you can tell Sildar looks a little tired and exhausted, and there's just like a weird demeanor kind of on Sildar's face. And he's like, I'm just gonna sit outside for a little bit. I'm sorry I interrupted.
Oh, you're fine, Sildar. Actually, I have a question for you.
Yeah,
If you don't mind.
of course.
You are an expert in arms?
Well, I did retire, but I still got some things under my belt. Skills don't seem to, how should I say, atrophy as fast as you think they do. Though I gotta admit, I wish I had my blade. If only you could see my blade. But, I mean, any blade will do. It's not necessarily the sword that makes the man, but the man that makes the sword.
Aye.
But yeah, I still know my tricks.
After you rest a little bit, this is a little awkward for me. Could you maybe show me a trick?
Yeah, of course. I just need to clear my head a little bit.
When you have time. It's not that big of a. I'm pretty good at. Hordal's just kind of mumbling a little bit and trailing off.
But of course, Hordal. It's just a lot on my plate, and maybe perhaps tonight, but before we all bed down.
That would be wonderful.
Okay.
Arthas just goes. You can see Arthas is thinking at the table. He just goes, question. Isn't the man that makes the sword the blacksmith?
Aye. Usually a good dwarf.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
You tend to be a little funny, and you brought a smile to my face there, Arthas.
You want a beer?
Maybe later. I just need to get things in line and in order. Just
Are
some
you sure,
quiet.
Sildar? It is delicious.
You know something? Right once I come back in, I shall partake.
All right.
And he just goes, kind of sombers outside. And
Oh, Watcher. So, are all of your people like you? Metal?
My brethren were, yes. We were forged for war, so we have different elements that we're built out of, but primarily metal and metal armor, so that we can withstand the fighting.
What, are they all druids in your clan?
No, my Warforged brethren and I were simple combat units. We operated in shield walls in the Great War. It wasn't until afterwards that I joined the druids.
What war was that?
That was the last Great War.
Must have missed that one. You know, I'm pretty young. Hordal, you remember that war?
Is that an old joke?
No, I was just asking. I don't know what war it is. And I'm younger and you're older.
Unless it was in the past
Well, it would be in the
39
past.
years. In the past 39 years, I wouldn't have heard it.
Ordal, do you need assistance counting this time?
No, just took me a second. 150 minus 111. 39, I got it. Thank you.
I realize you're not good at math, Ordal, so I can assist you whenever you need it.
Hey, I can read. I'm not like every other dwarf or barbarian out there. Actually, I have a pretty good intelligence score.
Alright, and what we will do here is we will kick to an intermission, like a 5-minute intermission, and then what we'll do is we will come right back. Some great RP from the players, but we are kicking right into intermission right now. Come back to see what happens. So, welcome back, everyone. We are still at the Sleeping Giant, and our heroes are enjoying some beers and getting to know each other. Sildar walks back in, and still a little somber, but he's like, you know, I got harboring trying to find out some of those locations about the castles. Seems like we may have potentially narrowed it down to 4, but a lot of things are in ruin, and I hate to press, but we may need Droop to kind of help guide the way.
He just points in a direction and guesses.
Yeah, well, I've got a funny feeling that Droop may not be too good with maps, but if he were to walk the path, perhaps he can figure it out. I mean, but I'll leave that up to the 3 of you, of course, and as promised, let me go grab some ale. You see Grista comes in, and she's got cots with Droop, and they're, like, working on, in the storage area. Well, we're almost done with some of the cots lined up for you guys, so Droop's been working real hard, though, and seems to be a good addition.
Yeah, I told you.
Sildar's just pouring into his thing. You guys start to hear what sounds like a disgruntled voice coming from outside. You hear like, "Ah, man, dust all over the place." You can hear this like behind the door. The doors kick open, and you see what appears to be a human, roughly 63 years old. He's got glasses that appear to glint. They're almost like all various colors. He has his like gray hair that is tied back into like a ponytail, and the rest of it is nice and slick. He's got these long, flowing purple robes. But what is very interesting on him is he has like a sash, and on this sash has like a whole bunch of books that are lined up. And you look at his belt, and there's these chains that hang down that have books at all various heights. And he just comes up and starts to walk. Yeah, step aside. Yeah, I'm looking.
Arthas leaves the Hordal and go, "That looks like a magic guy."
I'm looking for silly Sildar. You ever hear of him?
Do you mean just Sildar?
You see...
Never heard of a silly.
Yeah, Sildar. And you see Sildar, and he's like... You guys see him, he puts the mug down, he's like, "Son of a bitch." And you just hear this individual... "The Sildar! I heard you sent for someone." Sildar just looks at him and goes, "Well, to be fair, Cornelius, I was hoping that it wasn't you." He just laughs. Individual's name is Cornelius, and he just laughs and goes, "Well, do you think they'd really send anyone the Lord's Alliance? I just heard about this stuff, and I just decided to come over myself just to help you out a little bit. They're not sending anyone until, what is it, this mysterious cave seems to be found. But nonetheless, you got some friends, and I have yet to introduce myself. Hello, good gentlemen. My name is Cornelius the Bookkeeper."
That's an apt name.
I don't understand. Is it because you carry books?
Oh, well, you see, I am very smart nonetheless, and I find knowledge comes power, and the more you read, the more knowledge you get, which ipso facto, the more power you have.
Well, you say you're knowledgeable and smart. Why are you carrying the books? Why don't you have like a cart or a mule?
Oh, because I need to write everything down. Well, I don't typically write everything down. I have my friend write stuff down for me.
Who's your friend?
You're carrying the books, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, some of these books are very valuable to myself. Otherwise, I would not be able to perform my job. Are you keeping up?
Yeah, I don't think you're understanding me. That's okay. Move on.
Yeah. fair enough. I was gonna do it whether you were gonna follow me or not. But I consider it relatively rude when one introduces themselves and you don't introduce yourself back.
Well, you said you had a friend. Who's the friend?
Oh, my friend is Woodhouse.
Hi. Well,
Where is he?
Cornelius, Woodhouse. My name's Hordal.
Ah, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, don't we only see one person?
Ah, don't worry. You will not see Woodhouse. He only comes when I summon him, and he only performs the actions that I tell him to. Nor can you hear him.
So he's an imaginary friend.
But once again, maybe you'll come on the same page as me. Whatever your name is.
Oh, I'm Arthas. Nice to meet you.
Arthas, it's a pleasure to meet you too. And what would your name be? And he looks at you, Watcher.
You may call me Watcher.
Ah. So we have Tordal, we have the Watcher, and we have the arrogant Arthas.
You mean Hordal,
Oh,
not Tordal.
I
Scratch
am
that one out and rewrite it.
sorry. Well, perhaps
You
I
got
should
my
bring
name
Woodhouse.
perfectly
Woodhouse, come here. Take
got
one of
my
these
name
books.
perfect.
And he lifts up a book, and you notice that the book just levitates. And you notice that you can hear what appears to be writing, and there is a utensil. And you can see that he's writing all your names down. See? Woodhouse. No,
Oh.
Woodhouse, they can't hear you. There's no sense of you trying to introduce yourself to them. It
what did
just
you-
doesn't work that way.
What did you say we saw again? It's a
It's
We
just
just
a
saw the writing
floating
utensil.
book, and like
Yeah.
it's writing something in
a
the
pencil.
book.
A pen, like a pencil?
Yep.
Okay. So he
And-
says, "See Woodhouse," and I use prestidigitation and go Woodhouse, and I make a pen float in my hand.
A pen float in your hand?
Well, a pencil, like what he has writing down.
Yeah. Oh. Well, in order to get you on the same page as me, Arthas, I am a wizard. This is an unseen servant. It's a nice little magic trick that you do, but I fear that you're a little not to be rude, but totally to be rude, not on my level.
Never said I was. I was just having fun.
Oh, clearly, making fun of an old man is the way that you do it. Fair enough.
I never made
Nonetheless.
fun of you. I just made a Woodhouse. I call
Also-
them pens, pencils.
Now you're making fun of
Also
Woodhouse.
still-
I would not mess with Woodhouse. Ooh. Not mess
Still
with
don't.
Woodhouse.
You said see Woodhouse, but I'm still not seeing it.
Well, I mean, Woodhouse is right there, but technically he is an unseen servant. I don't like to use that term. I like to use friend. I've known Woodhouse for... Why, the time seems to escape me. But I'm pretty sure I can look in my journal entries and find the first time that Woodhouse put pen to paper.
Ah, that sounds familiar.
Or
Having
it's
to
a
look
pen.
through a journal. No, having to look through a journal to remember something from a long time ago, like your age or something.
Yeah, you see? Brilliant. And unfortunately, during my time, I've seen a lot, and I've traveled pretty far and wide, and nonetheless, these books tend to help me out. I'm not too good with names, though, I must admit, and sometimes I botch things. But,
Well, thanks for fixing mine.
oh, you're welcome. And I heard Sildar needed help. And I couldn't help myself but to help you, and he points at Sildar. Sildar's like, you're not even a part of the Lord's Alliance. Like, why are you even here, Cornelius? As I said, they weren't going to send anyone unless you guys found the cave, but I heard a little rumor about some magical capabilities that were happening around here, and needless to say, I am intrigued myself. And nonetheless, Sildar, we may not be friends, but I still put you, a little bit closer than most. Well, I mean, Sildar says, I mean, you are a magic user, nonetheless a wizard, although a pain in the ass wizard. But yeah, we could greatly use you. These three individuals ended up taking out the Redbrands, and Iarno Albrek was apparently the leader of the Redbrands. Cornelius just looks at him. No, Iarno Albrek. No, that was your friend of yours in which you came to find out what happened to him, correct? So I go, yes. Was apparently he's working for someone else, and it's not too great, but these three at least can tell you of the magic that they found within Tracender Manor, and apparently some creature as well. But no need to worry about Iarno Albrek. He is gone, and the three of them dispatched of him. No, Cornelius looks at you. Ha! I love magic talk. Okay, come on. Tell me, what is at Tracender Manor?
Dead bodies.
Okay, Woodhouse, don't write that down. What about magical capabilities?
It's old.
It's old. Yes. Quick history check. Woodhouse? No. Stop it. Okay. What's old about it?
Watcher.
It appears to be built on some kind of crevice or fissure in the earth, and it appears the power is concentrated down there. We could feel it when we were moving down the basement.
Woodhouse, you're supposed to be writing that stuff down. You're making me look bad. Okay, old power. What about this creature?
It was like 4 legs, 1 eye. Tried to peer into memories.
He got in your head, Hordall. You thought it was me.
Well, you're the only ever one. Never mind.
1 second here, and you notice he raises his hands, and a couple of the books on the chains come up, and he's like, okay. Quick history. Well, the elves inhabited this area before, and then Tracender Manor appears to be within the realm of a elven race known as or at least elven reign known as the Illifarn. And it does appear that they had magical capabilities, and I think that the creature in which you are discussing could potentially be something called a Nothic?
Yep, that's it.
That's it. You see here. Oh, I love this. There was a rumor about an elf a long time ago. A wizard user, much like myself. He doesn't quite know boundaries or capabilities. You see, wizards, we tend to be a little
eccentric.
hungry. Well, I mean, some of us are, some of us are not. Some of us are arrogant, right, Arthas?
What now?
Yeah, fair enough.
Arthas is kind of just like zoning out. He's just like drinking his beer.
There are times when a wizard will delve too far into magic itself and start to manipulate magic in a way that should not be manipulated. And when an individual does that, the magic itself will twist you. It twists you into a weird creature. All presentations of the individual may be different over time, but it all leads to an individual with spikes, claws, sharp teeth, long tongue, and 1 eye. It is called the Nothic. And these individuals lose all of themselves except one thing.
The eye?
No. Their search for magic. If you try to cast spells on them in some form or fashion, they instantly know what it is. And they love to peer into your mind, but they cannot talk to you. Some people have said that some of them actually speak in a weird tongue. It has yet to be proven, though, because no one has quite befriended a Nothic. But this ripple, I think, is very impressive nonetheless. I will have to definitely go and check out this little rift and see if I can identify what it is.
Oh, when you go, there's other magic too. Magic trap. I found it.
A magic trap?
Basically, there was a bunch of skeletons waiting to be animated. Use the word that you said before, the old elves that used to live there. That's the password to deactivate it.
No.
Ilitharn.
Ilitharn. Yeah, that's easy enough. Magical traps, believe it or not, they tend to light up in a different color for me, so they're easy to detect.
Same here.
Same here. Well, and what school of magic do you reign from?
Whatever one fills me up at the time.
Oh.
So right now, that would be the ale.
And Hordal winks at him. Winks at him real hard.
Fair enough. Spirits are a necessity of life, nonetheless. Well, I will be at your disposal for tonight, if that's okay, silly Sildar. Sildar just looks at him. Cornelius, I couldn't even get rid of you even if I tried. Cornelius just smiles back at him. Right you are, Sildar. Right you are. Well, it looks like Sildar is joining you in some drinks. I can be over here and be of service if you need anything. I could potentially help.
What do you mean? Need anything? Like, what do you offer?
Well,
Other than books.
I am a wizard there, Arthas, and I do have
We got that.
plenty of knowledge, so wizards can perform a whole bunch of different stuff and like help out if need be.
Arthas, have him figure out your staff.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
new.
And I whip out the Glasstaff. I put it on the table. I go, you know anything about this?
That's an interesting make. It looks relatively fragile, but with magic alone, you never quite know. There. And, I must say, good eye there, Hordal. Arthas, you probably should have presented this earlier, but it's okay. Once again...
Well, you just offered your help.
I am a page ahead.
You just offered your help. We had to wait.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Okay. I will need some space, though. And you notice
Hordal stay seated.
I'm not moving.
He just looks over at Woodhouse and goes, okay, well, fair enough. A ritual it is. Give me time. And you can see that some of the books just raise up and he's just going across and reading. You can hear him muttering some sort of incantation as he goes. And then, where are we? After 10 minutes roughly pass, as you guys all stare, and you can see the staff tends to float up and twist around as it's being analyzed, and you can see there's almost like a weird magic essence that is emanating around the staff and moving, right? And then the staff, after 10 minutes, just rests back on the floor. And then Cornelius just looks at you. Well, I've got it. And I can easily help you out on this one. This is a very good staff. Most people get a little fooled by its glass, but I assure you it is strong as oak and very durable. Very lightweight too. So, Arthas, consider yourself lucky to have this. This is what is known as a staff of defense. And I will move this over for you. And Arthas, what I can do, I'll try to get it in the thing for you guys. I can also send you this, so you have it. Now, this staff of defense needs to be attuned there, Arthas, which means you need to spend some time with it. Although, with that being said, after it is attuned to you, right, it also helps increase your armor class, if you will. I had no other way to say that. But,
defenses.
Yes, the staff is very, very good. You see, you can cast from the staff mage armor, or you can cast shield. Now, within the staff, Arthas, there are 10 charges.
and whether you cast mage armor or shield takes up certain charges. It will regain some charges every 24 hours, but the important thing about the staff is if you expend all of its charges in a day, there is the possibility of it breaking.
Cool. Guess I found me a cool weapon.
So I would definitely hold on to this staff.
I'm planning on it. Well, Sildar needed it tomorrow, but I was going to get it back, right, Sildar?
That's correct. Of course I won't strip such a good item from you. We just need it for presentation, if you will. Oh.
Cornelius,
Yes.
what do you know about the Black Spider?
Well, I know some of them can be quite deadly. The ones with
No,
the
not the actual animals. There's a leader, someone who's pulling the strings from the shadows. They call her the Black Spider. I know it's a her. I got it out of the bugbear before something bit him. He foamed at the mouth and died immediately.
To her, Black Spider sends spiders. Give me a second. And once again, the books come up, and he's like, now, the most important thing is one magic user with bookkeepers is the most important spell you will ever need to learn. Do you know what that is?
Paste?
Control F. Well, let's see here. There's several mentions, and you can see all the pages are like flipping furiously, and some of them stop. And if you take a quick peek, you can see that like certain things are like highlighted. Well, there's mention of a black spider in Neverwinter. There's mentions over here of a black spider with the bugbears and goblins. Over here, there's a mention of a black spider with the crimson blades. Let's see over here. Yes. Maybe not. Maybe, theory after all. But I remember a story about a female elf, one of the elves that live underground. A drow, however you pronounce it. A dark elf if you wish. It's an elf that was rejected by a deity known as Loth, the Spider Queen herself. You see, it's not good to lose favor with the Spider Queen, but it looks as if this individual is trying to regain. It's a theory, but it sounds relatively... how should you put it? Within this realm. Correct.
Feasible.
Correct. But I must warn you, if you're dealing with what they call a priestess of Loth, this is not an easy task.
Whoever it is, their strings run deep. And the last thing the bugbear said, when I threatened him with his life, to be honest, he said that the Black Spider has powers beyond death.
Oh, the Spider Queen Loth, it can be very brutal and torturous. She has her ways of manipulation and can do evil things to a body. She's not relatively nice, and she believes in chaos, if you will. Kind of trying to gain her favor is a joke in and upon itself, but she could always turn her back on you whenever. But if you're going up against a priestess of Loth, I suggest you take as much caution as possible.
Hey. With Hordal's past, would he know anything about Drow? Is it like Drow like a common thing?
Yes. You know them specifically, even being a miner and stuff. And the same with yeah. And you've heard of the Spider Queen Loth, and you know her ways.
Yep. Okay. I have one more thing, but it's a little more in private, if you don't mind, Cornelius.
Yeah, private I can always do.
Watcher Arthas, I'll be right back.
Adios.
Heads over to a storeroom. Make sure it's empty. Cornelius, join me, please.
Yes. Right away. What is it I can do for you, Hordal?
Do you know why we came here in the first place? You seem to know a lot.
Well, I don't quite know why you came here, but I do know why Sildar came here, and, I always help Sildar. Just don't tell him that.
Understood. You know of the dwarf Gundren?
Yes. The Lord's Alliance talks about him. Gundren himself has a little legend. Unfortunately, Gundren's, the Rockseeker brothers are not as successful.
I've been part of their group for a while. Gundren gave me something, and when I was feeling the magic in the manor, it pinged, and I didn't know it was magic before. I was wondering if you could do what you did with the staff, but he left me clear instructions to not open it until we have struck the biggest find ever. But I don't know what it is. And Hordal reaches into his pack and pulls out a small box.
Wait, although you have sparked my curiosity here, Hordal, but if Gundren told you not to open it until you have found the greatest find ever, do you really want me to look at it?
Just need to know if it's gonna explode.
Well, has it exploded yet?
No. Fair point.
I mean, I am very curious nonetheless, and I am dying to look at it, although it is your call.
No, I'll honor Gundren's wishes. It just gets at me, because I don't know what it is. And he told me to hang on to it.
Well, how about this, Hordal? Right once it is revealed or Gundren tells you to open it, perhaps after that I can come and take a look, huh?
Seems fair.
Okay.
Speaking of Gundren, I got a question, but let's ask it in front of the group. Let's head back.
Okay. I'm getting a lot of walking done here, Hordal. Cornelius doesn't like that.
Don't you have a friend that could carry you?
Woodhouse, I would never put Woodhouse that low, nor do I think he could carry me. I think limitations to magic.
There you go. So, Cornelius, do you know any locations, ancient ruins, things that we might be able to find the Cragmaw Castle?
Well,
It's where we need to go. We just know it's north.
I mean, there's tons of ruins around here. On the Sword Coast, a lot of stuff has happened, even when the Mount Hartenu blew up. I mean, tons of places were technically decimated. Phandalin itself has come into some rough times with the orcs, but unfortunately, I'm not that great when it comes to goblin rhetoric.
Worth a try.
Yes, I do apologize. I can only gain knowledge from those that are willing to share it with me, and unfortunately, I have yet to find a goblin that is willing to sit down and have a riveting conversation.
Well...
Ooh, we know somebody.
Arthas, call him in.
Droop is like, yep. Yep.
This fine old man right here wants to have a conversation with you. He thinks by talking to you, he might be able to help us find out that castle we're trying to get to.
Yo, this is gonna be fantastic. Droop is your name? Ah, Droop, my name is Cornelius the Bookkeeper. Droop? Okay. You don't mind if I take Droop over into the corner and just sit down and talk with him, do you? This will be excellent.
Be nice to him, please.
Oh,
He's been through a lot.
Jinx, Arthas. Ha ha ha! And Hordal punches you in the arm.
well, fair enough.
I send my mage hand over to get you another beer. I owe you a beer.
What? Droop, my friend. Come on. Goes into the corner with Droop, and obviously they're talking. Droop seems to be doing okay for himself.
Boy, that guy's a little woohoo.
Bookish.
He talks to a pen.
Sildar sits down with you guys. I'm sorry about Cornelius.
Yeah, he's a little.
Yeah,
He's a
tell me
little
about
extra.
it. I mean, he's been around for quite some time, but needless to say, he does help out.
Seems like he's useful.
Yeah, although to be honest, I didn't expect him to come, but also, I am at least kind of glad.
Seems like he's got your back.
You figured out what the staff is.
Oh, yes. Well, magic users are relatively good on that. Which is great, because it's going to help you there. Seems like a pretty powerful staff, nonetheless.
Yeah, there's a lot of words for me to memorize and, jot down so I know what it's all about.
Yeah, well, maybe there's a way in which they can help your memory. Perhaps one in which the great power that may be could assist you with. But who knows? That's in the gods' hands. But I'm pretty sure you shall figure it out, Arthas.
Oh, I know. I
Sent.
always. What?
Sent.
I always figure it out.
There you go. Well, it is getting late. Turns to Grissa. Yeah, well, I do have the cots ready for you. It's just over on the side, so however you guys wanna do this, that's perfectly fine. I'll be able to provide breakfast for you in the morning, and we'll be good. And then we'll work on our plans for the guild. I like it.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh, Sildar, we're starting a guild here. You in?
Well, I did solidify myself as one of the Lord's Alliance members here, and as much as I would like to go back to my days as being a fighter, I got myself engaged in these weird political battles, but I'll tell you what, I'll definitely stop by from time to time. Plus, that also reminds me, Hordal, I think we need to practice a bit.
That would be great. Hey, real quick, Sildar, before we go practice,
Yes?
what's the first thing you think of when you look at us?
I learned not to judge people that fast. I just see an individual that saw some people that were in trouble and came to the aid without question. I do see a lot of potential in the three of you. And it seems like you work relatively good together, and I must assure you that teamwork is everything when it comes to fights.
What makes the dream work?
Yeah. I mean, some decisions may not be the best, but the thing
Mistakes were made.
But the thing that I like the most is you're still together, and you tackle it head on. And that says a lot about your character.
Is there another way to tackle things?
On the side.
Well, I mean,
Blind side, eh?
I mean, in the realm of politics, there's plenty of ways to tackle things. Unfortunately, it's not the way that I'm used to doing them.
Well,
But-
maybe you could show me.
If I would recommend anything to the three of you, it's to stay out of politics altogether. Continue to do what you're doing.
I meant the tackle thing.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Well, stretch first, Hordal. I would always recommend that. I mean, you are older than I am, but
Are you guys about to fight?
I age a little bit faster.
It's called training, Arthas.
Yeah, well, until you ride a Griffin, then you can come talk to me.
Oh.
Who are you talking to? Me?
I'm talking to Hordal.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I was a famous Griffin rider of Winterfell.
What's their name?
The Griffin Riders of Winterfell.
Oh, I thought it was like just one. Like it was a cool feat. This is like a normal thing.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Hordal. Riding a Griffin is perhaps the best thing I have ever done. It's not like riding a horse. And I think, Watcher, you would greatly appreciate this. There's a bond, a connection that needs to be formed with the animal. It's almost... It's tough to explain in words, but Watcher, I feel as if you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Before I ask animals to do any work for me, I usually try to form a bond with them.
Like symbiosis.
It's more like I don't know, perhaps? It's like two bodies, one mind. I mean, it gets to the point where you don't have to tell the Griffin what to do. The Griffin just knows and can feed off of your own energy. I assume dragon riders may be the same, not the ones that are yanking on chains, but the ones that ride with elegance and essence. But I will tell you that wind, that dive in on a Griffin, it's something to experience.
Well, maybe we do it.
Perhaps. But, what say you, Hordal? The rest of you?
Let's go, old man.
All right.
I'm watching this.
You're watching
I'm
this?
grabbing a- Well, is Grista back at... Where's Grista? Is she back at the bar?
Yeah.
I walk up to the bar to get another drink this time.
Okay.
See. So while they're getting ready.
We should probably do this outside. Just Krista doesn't probably want the violence inside.
Well, that's fair enough. And he throws you like a practice sword, too. I know it's not what you're used to, but you can turn it around if need be.
Ah,
Okay, Arthas, you wanted to talk to Grista?
Yeah, I just go up to Grista and to get a beer.
Yeah, she...
Like, Grista, how are you doing? Doing good? Is this a lot for you all this year?
Well, it's good. I mean, to be honest, I didn't expect anyone to be here, so this is good. Nonetheless, it's bringing money in, and Sildar has the money.
That's good. You can just charge all of our stuff to his tab now.
Fair enough.
But I'm always good for money too. But I just
Gotcha.
wanted to ask you a question. You like you like it, right? I think we're close now, right?
Well, I
Yeah,
mean...
we can be.
To be honest,
We can be.
I'm investing
open
a
with each
lot
other.
in you three right now, and like I do appreciate what you did. Although I feel like this is a mutual thing right about now, and I would say that my success relies on your success, and my success or your success relies. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So, I just we want to be comfortable here, and we're just hanging out. And, we're going to start this cool guild and everything. I just don't want to. I want you to know the real me. And I want you to be able to trust me, just like I trust you with my drinks.
Okay.
So don't freak out, but I can look differently than I do.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that happen before? Like disguises and
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, have you ever seen someone change their face?
like,
Like Pinocchio? What was that?
it's actually a face. It's a face-off reference.
Yeah,
okay.
Face Off or the faceless man from Game of Thrones. There.
I want to
I
take
just
his
saw you do
face
that.
off.
Oh, yeah. Yes, just like Face Off. Great movie.
Okay, I take
Yeah,
Oh, that's
it.
why.
So,
I got you, Arthas. We can like do the pregame thing. I want to get into, if I could,
Okay.
just level up, but it's okay. I'll swing back to that.
no, that's fine, yeah.
Watcher real quick while he's out with Sildar, because this will begin the level up.
Sounds good.
Do you want to do anything, Watcher?
No, Watcher would just be spending time with Droop.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, Droop's still
you're
with
just over there.
Cornelius,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but he goes over and
Oh, okay.
Watcher, you can tell that Cornelius is kind of like trying to dig more information. Cornelius is being very nice. Very nice. He does seem a little bit overbearing, but you notice Cornelius has dimed it down, his language, and it's relatively nice and calm. And you can tell that Droop himself has more of an ease when you're around. Okay, Sildar just looks at you, Hordal, and tosses you the thing. It's like, well, must admit, Hordal, I've been meaning to ask you some questions. And he's like, first we'll just spar a little bit, but I'll talk as we're doing it.
Hey,
Ran into.
I'll try not to get too mad.
Yeah. Well, I see that tends to be an issue, or something happens when you get mad. You guys are like,
Aye. Ching, ching, ching. Aye. Weird things happen. Magic things.
you know, I spent a lot of time traveling, and up at Icewind Dale, I met some individuals, barbarians such as yourself, and they too had some issues with their emotions. I'm trying to remember what they called themselves, or what individuals called them. I believe it was either touched ones or wild ones. But in it was their anger in which they couldn't control, and then weird things would happen. I've only witnessed it once or twice, but it always came with their emotions. I once asked about it, and it's a theory, but a theory that's relatively sound. But some say it's individuals who were touched by something known as the Feywild. And I would not be surprised, because all along here, it seems the legend has intervened and has talked about how the first elves that inhabited this area actually came from the Feywild. Of course, that was a long, long time ago. And truth be told, right once Mount Hotenu blew up, it started to create all these rifts and these different planes. I've never been to this place called the Feywild, but I heard it's a pretty weird place that can play with someone and give them powers in which they can't control, and plays off of emotions themselves. And I don't know if any of this is making sense to you.
Hordal does a kick to Sildar real quick to push him back.
Mm-hmm.
And then drops his sword real quick and pulls off the antler helmet and just kind of stares at it for a second.
Are you okay?
when you say, like, weird creatures from the Feywild, could they look like a normal creature, but like with like an essence around them, maybe?
Yes. And they're, I don't want to use the word twisted because there is a beauty behind the Feywild itself. But yes, they are magical in nature, and everything with the Feywild, although can be chaotic, is also beautiful at the same time. At least I've been told. But yes, there are regular creatures that may look either distorted or have this other essence behind them. Are you trying to
Hordal
tell
sits
me?
down. Shocked. That must be where these came from.
It's very...
I have this dream, Sildar. Keeps repeating. It's from a moment after everyone was gone. There was this majestic AF elk that was just walking the forest. And as it stepped, everything around it would bloom. Flowers, plants. And I was alone. And I killed it. Because I had to. That's what these are from. I wear them as a mark. A trophy.
I must warn you, though, Hordal. Sometimes people who dwell or play with the Feywild sometimes become insane. Or it becomes too much. Perhaps I can at least teach you some things to control your anger. Now, don't get me wrong. Anger itself, once released and focused, can be a very good weapon. But at least let me teach you some techniques to calm yourselves. Things that I have used and I've taught some barbarians in their time that has allowed them to understand and maintain control, but still harness the power.
Aye. That would be helpful.
Well, let me also teach you this. He's like, put your weapon up. Okay. Now this is the little trick that I learned back in the day. He's like, just stay like that. I'll do this real slow. And you notice that he just kind of brings his practice sword across. It kind of hits, and it's light. But when he hits, he's like, remember that a weapon itself is not just the tip. And he brings the sword after it has touched around to your arms, and then he twists your wrist. And you can't help but let go of the sword, and he just throws it to the side.
Oh.
We
Now
shall practice that.
That is useful.
Not only does it do more damage, but you can disarm the individual. Are you ready?
Aye.
Okay. Hordal, consider yourself leveled up at this point. You have one level of fighter. You have disarm as one of your things, and you also have second wind, I believe?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You guys sit there and play a while, and it's nighttime right now. So that just looks and is like, it's good to get those old bones moving. Perhaps it's time to rest.
Aye, I'm ready.
Well,
Thanks for the lesson, Sildar.
You're welcome. Arthas, at that time and point, you could tell you had to, like, Grista was like, what? Not quite understanding, and you kind of, like, had to talk her through it, right? And bring it to the realization, and she seems okay with it, and she's glad that you shared the true you to her.
Okay. So I would go back. Yeah, my plan, just to save some time here, I would have planned and gone through and changed to my normal form,
Okay.
the Arthas form. Yep. So, Krista, I'm happy that I can be myself around you, and I'm
Yes.
happy you didn't freak out.
Well, I mean, at first it's a little, but
Yeah.
right once you get after the shock, I mean, plus you got the coin, so.
Exactly. You want some coin? I'll toss her.
Ah.
I tossed her some coin.
Okay.
5 gold pieces.
There you go. Well, I appreciate you, Arthas.
Anytime.
And it is nighttime. Everyone going to bed down?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. Watcher, it's always a question on where you want to go, because I love it.
Well, the cots are all in one storeroom, right? So you probably just follow everybody in the same storeroom.
Okay. So night creeps up, and you all bed down. We shall start with Watcher.
Actually, before you start, is there a window? There's not a window in the storeroom, is there?
Yes, there is.
There is? Okay. Then that's fair enough.
Okay. So you all bed down and go to sleep. Watcher, I take it you're gazing at the stars? Okay. Watcher, as you're gazing out there, you notice this weird green starts to flash. You don't wake yourself up. You're still in a stasis, right? But what you notice is there's flowers that appear to be blossoming all about you, and they're in all bright colors and just growing around you. One of them comes right up to your face, but you notice the flower blooms and then it begins to wither in front of you. From the sky, you see a shining bright light come flashing down, and it stays right in front of you. The light is very bright and slowly diminishes, and there's a woman before you. A beautiful woman with long white hair, dressed in silver flowing robes, and she reaches out with her hand towards the flower that's right in front of your face, and she touches it. And as she touches it, you see that the withering flower starts to die and then blooms again right in front of your face. Hi. You are the Watcher, are you not?
Yes, I am.
Well,
Who are you?
we have met before, but the others call me Sana, and she does like a little curtsy. It was I that you summoned in that fight. The chalice, if you will. Lucidian has told me about you, and I want you to know that I am here at your service for when you need.
Thank you. You were very helpful.
I will always be there to heal those in need, and I have great hopes for you, Watcher. You can call upon me when you need, and I shall always aid you as requested. It seems the stars have good things fated for you in the future. And I was told to give you a gift.
something that would aid you in your fight. And you notice your shield. Go ahead.
Who would want to give me a gift?
Why, we would, Watcher. We've already seen what you've done. You are a connection that we have to this world, but you are a part of the world itself, and a part of nature. We see all. And you shine bright.
Thank you.
On the ground.
Thank you.
Thank you, Watcher. For we are not called upon that much. But from the day that you first gazed up at the stars, we could see you watching us. And we could not help but watch back. But it is time for your gift, and this shall aid you. She reaches out her hand, and your shield starts to move, and your map of the constellations. And you see that the map just goes shooting into your shield. And there's like a fusion that occurs. If you would like to describe what it looks like.
Yeah, so it's a metal shield, like a pennant shield or like a tower shield, and then in the middle, like upper half, almost at eye level, is just a translucent crystal star map embedded in the shield, so the light can go through. You can almost like look through the shield now, but it's now prominent, and underneath that is probably the symbol of Tyr, which is his holy symbol and his patron god. Just the symbol is intact. The star map's just above it.
Yep. She smiles at you. Watch her. I can tell that you're nervous, because your heart is beating relatively fast. And you start to hear and focus on that. And you can hear within your body a boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. She smiles at you. I must go now, Watcher. But call me when needed.
I will, Sana. Thank you.
Shoots straight up. You have gained a level. Which is fantastic. To speed this along, Arthas, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm always ready.
On. Arthas. This is the one I have to wait a little bit on. Alright, Arthas, in your dreams, you start to drift off. You don't feel a pull, but you feel as if something swiftly comes to you.
Loading. Loading.
Do you like the powers that have been bestowed upon you?
Oh yeah, I love them.
I figured as much. But I was contemplating a very important thing happens to one that is chosen.
What is that?
Oh, that is the issue, Arthas. You were not necessarily chosen, but you stole this power.
Well, I didn't steal it. Someone sent me to steal it, and it kind of happened to come about on me.
Fate? Perhaps. But nonetheless, I have decided that the only way to go forward is for you to earn this power.
Works for me. I've been earning shit my whole life.
Oh, Arthas. I fear you do not know what that entitles.
Well, I got nothing to lose, so I'm up for the task.
Well, fair enough. The only way to earn this power is to eliminate a dragon of my choosing.
That sounds fun.
No, Arthas. I will allow you to continue to use these powers and harness these skills. And when the time becomes right, I shall announce the name of the dragon that I wish you to eliminate. So
That works for me.
So many enemies, and so much to ponder.
That works for me because I look at it as either I'm going to die in battle or I'm going to fight and keep these gifts you're giving me. So it's those are my options. Nothing else I got going on for me.
Spoken like a true sorcerer.
Oh, why, thank you.
We shall see if you are up to the task.
Well, I hope I am. Fate seems to think I am, or else this wouldn't have happened to me. Right? Huh?
You feel this energy surge within your body, and it's almost like your magical capabilities themselves have gotten stronger. Okay. You are a level 4 sorcerer?
Yep.
Hordal, you are the first to wake up. You smell the breakfast, and you look and you see the Watcher that is sitting in a stasis.
Hey, Metal Man.
And Hordal, you notice that you're waving. You used to wake up Watcher before by waving in front of him, but unfortunately the Watcher doesn't wake up from that.
Hey. Hello.
Nothing.
Give him a little shake. Hello.
Watcher, you feel your body shake, and then it's almost as if your eyes just opened. And you see Hordal in front of you, saying what he just said.
Hey.
Hordal, I didn't see you come in.
Well, I was sleeping right there.
What is happening?
You didn't see anything for a bit. Usually I just do this and you turn on. Did that for a bit and nothing happened.
That is curious. I was seeing, but apparently not you. I apparently was not seeing this room.
Did you have a good day, sis?
It was adequate.
Seems like it was deeper than normal.
Yes, so it might have never dreamt before, but I've heard stories of dreams, and it's been a dream.
Well, congratulations. You've popped your cherry on dreams. Speaking of dreams, what's going on? Wasn't your shield like normal before?
Really peculiar. You know, yes, it was. In my dream, a fear fused my star map into it, but it seems to have followed me into this world.
And it's weird, Watcher, because you know you don't dream, and it seems like this weird, like there are pieces of what you saw that are true, but pieces that aren't. It's weird.
I'm not quite sure how to explain it. I didn't think it was real, but the shield and map are. I'm quite sure. Describe it.
Hordal taps the shield.
Ding, ding.
Feels real to me.
Yes, the shield and map are real. I'm sure a woman named Sana visited me, and I guess she is real, but it didn't feel real. Very
Wait.
confusing.
You had a woman here last night and I didn't know about it?
Yes. There was a woman or a essence or something feminine visited me last night.
What was this woman's name? So I can congratulate her later on betting the metal man.
Her name was Sana, but it wasn't like that. She was the one that gave me the gift. She used my star map into my shield for me.
Oh, it's a gift, all right. Well,
Anyway,
congratulations.
did you learn what
then.
you wanted to? Thank you. Did you learn what you were hoping to from Sildar?
I got myself a new little trick to use. He's a good teacher. Might have to ask for some more lessons later. Should we wake the chipmunk?
Yes, you might as well.
I wonder if he can be a chipmunk. Now that would be funny.
Watcher would turn and use thaumaturgy and make a noise right over Arthas' head that's basically like really loud, like, wake up!
Yep. Arthas, you hear
What? What's going on? We under attack?
Breakfast!
Ah. And you guys notice that I'm in my Arthas form. When you see me, I'm not in Farbio form. I'm got the white face and the white hair.
You guys just
Hordal
hear.
grabs
Oh, go ahead.
Watcher by the shoulder real quick and goes, I wasn't seeing things that night in the camp. That's exactly what I saw. At least I thought I saw it.
You guys hear Sildar from the other room. Oh, come on, guys, hurry up. Breakfast is getting cold.
All right, let's go. I'll just walk
Don't
out.
want that.
Arthas, there's like, as you wake up, you notice you are attuned to the Staff of Defense, right? But you can't help but notice that you were apparently you woke up with the Staff of Defense in your hand. Right? While you slept.
That's weird. That's not something I usually sleep with. I used to like to sleep with something soft and cuddly.
And you feel lighter.
This is pretty hard.
You feel like the energy that was bestowed upon you makes you feel stronger. You hear Sildar from the other room. Well, hurry up. Come on.
I like this.
As you guys, Hordal and Watcher, you go over to the table. Sildar is like, well, I already ate. The only thing I need to do now is, Arthas, if you don't mind, I would like to take the staff, and that way we can share this with everyone else so that they can at least see it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Make sure you bring it back.
He holds out his hand.
Yeah. I hand it over.
You go to hand the staff over,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't want to let go of it.
Oh. Well, Sildar, the staff seems to not want to leave my grasp.
You notice time has almost stopped. And Sildar is just standing there. And it's very peculiar. You look at the staff that gleams with the light, and there's something black within the center of the staff.
Like at the top?
Right in the center where that like mass
Okay.
is. And your
I'll
eyes
just kind of look at it.
focus in on it. And it's very hard to see, but your vision dives deep into it. What you start to formulate is something with 8 legs in the center. It's a spider. And you never saw it there before.
Okay. I just noticed that and the time stopped.
Arthas.
Yes?
Arthas. My love.
I won't go that far.
I think we will go that far.
Depends on what you look like.
You think that you are in control. But you are not.
What are you talking about? Control of what? The staff?
You see, the predecessor failed in what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, probably because we killed him.
That you did. And in doing so, you will do something for me.
Probably not, but go on.
You will do what he could not and kill them.
Who? My friends here?
They are not your friends anymore, Arthas. You are now my Glasstaff.
Well, no. This is a Glasstaff. I'm Arthas.
Arthas.
This can be destroyed.
All of a sudden, you see Sildar is just looking at you. He's like, and what you do is there's this sudden urge over your body, and you pull the staff back, and you just swing and hit Sildar in the face. Sildar goes flying. Hordal,
Perfect timing.
Watcher, you see this, right? You see Arthas turn around and look at all of you with this weird grin on his face. And his face turns into Glasstaff's face, but half of it is burned. And what
Okay.
we shall do is we
No.
will end the session
No.
right
Oh
there.
man.
No.
What?
No, we can't end it there. Keep going. Can't end it. No.
We gotta
The
sit on it for
next-
a week now.
Damn it.
The next session is going to be great.
Ah. So good. So good.
Wow. Wow.
Do I have any control over myself right now? So I don't get to play my character for a while.
No, you do. You do.
Okay.
Oh, we're going a little PvP, huh? Oh boy.
Well, I'll just make some bad decisions. Prestidigitation. Prestidigitation.
Nope.
Clean everything.
Nope. It's going to be interesting.
Wow. Well played,
That was crazy.
DM.
Did not see that coming.
That is an amazing twist.
I've never
Come on,
done.
I just got these guys on my on my good side.
I've never
And
done
now
this
you're throwing me
before.
back in the fire.
I've never done it before, but I figured it would be very interesting and ties with the story.
First
Nice.
time for everything.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo!
I don't want to wait a week.
Good.
Well, we shall see what happens with that big twist of events. Now, for everyone that stopped in, I can't thank you enough for jumping on in. We obviously had some individuals pop up here. Raise of Resonance, thanks for stopping back in. DC NATO C16K, Hazimus. I think I got them all there. Obviously, myself is in there. For Facebook, we had Heather and Tom coming back as always. I greatly appreciate that. But huge twist and turn of events. I can't thank the players enough. Lots of RPing and trying to get to know each other, which I love. Some really cool music, which I was dying to play.
So good.
So, tune in
Sound
next
effects
time.
too.
Yeah,
Your
sound effects.
were perfectly timed.
I know.
Mhm.
I was waiting for one of those. But huge twist and huge events that will occur next week when we are here. Once again, thank you so much to the players, and thank you so much to everyone who has supported. We can't thank you enough, and tune in next time to see how this event plays out.
And thank you, DM, for this wonderful
Thank
web
you.
you are spinning.
Oh, you are welcome.
Ooh, no pun intended with
No.
this.
Hey,
intended.
got it.
We will end right there. Thank you so much, everyone. Tune in next week.
Till next week.
See ya.
Hello, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed that episode of AUTOSAVE Before Entering presents The Lost Mines of Phandelver. My name is Takior. I'm the DM, and if you like the content that we provided, I suggest you go ahead and hit that button down below, which is the subscribe button. We will upload all our videos to YouTube when we're done, and you can also catch us live on Twitch or Facebook. We'll see you there.